Hello, and I'm Stephanie. Cut. Hello, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my home. Today we will be doing a short grounding class, and this practice is really centered around finding your foundation, grounding yourself back down on those days and in those times when you just feel like you've lost control. And really anytime, it's always good to bring ourselves back to our foundation, our reason for what we do. And so many people that I've spoken to in the yoga world love how centered and relaxed and at peace they feel after doing especially a grounding yoga class, but any yoga class. And this is a short practice for you to do to get you started off in your new year and to get you started off in the right foot. I think it's a great way to start a yoga practice if you're new to this. And it's also, I kept it short because I want you to be able to return to this practice any time of the day. If you need a 15-minute break at work, or if your kids are taking a nap and you just feel stressed, please, I welcome you back to this video or to this practice, and just to find that sense of center and grounding, get those feet planted on the ground and just find that peace that you need. So let's get started. Go ahead and at the top of your mat, we're going to begin in mountain pose. Mountain pose is the most essential pose for grounding. If you're in a chair, you can do mountain pose. You just find your feet on the ground. You know, if you can, if you're in a space where you can take off your shoes even at work, like take off your shoes and put your feet on the ground, flat, and feel that firmness on the ground. Feel that foundation. Spread your toes for more stability. I always like to say you're rooting down and you're really getting yourself deep into the floor, and just feel that firmness of the ground. That's grounding, and that's safety. That's your foundation. So whenever you're in a yoga class, doesn't matter if you're doing a yoga flow class or a power yoga, you can always come back to this place. This is our center in the yoga world, is mountain pose. Okay, so feet on the floor, toes spread, really just find that sturdiness and begin to squeeze your thighs and feel yourself grow stronger. Feel how strong you are. You're holding up your whole body right now. Tuck your tailbone down, stomach in, hands down at your side, shoulders roll back away from the ears. Chin and gaze are forward. You can close your eyes. Deep breath right here into your lungs and into your diaphragm. Shoulders stay where they are. And exhale, nice and long out of your nose. Wow. Do you feel how strong you are? And you can stand still here, or you can sway back and forth because you're steady. You feel that nothing is going to plow you over. You are a mountain. Now reaching up, take a deep breath in, bring your arms up, and exhale. Let your arms float down and your chin float down to your chest. Inhale up. This time, grasping your fingers, interlacing them into a steeple grip. Bump your hip to the left, and then reaching your arms over to the right. Make sure your shoulders aren't hunched. Your shoulders are still rolled away from the ears. And really, as you breathe in, feel that stretch right here. Exhale. On your next inhale, squeezing your core, bring yourself back to center. And inhale up And exhale, bumping your hip to the right, shoulders away from the ears. Let's go to the left. Feeling your breath going into your right side. Inhale up, back to center. Keeping your arms in the air. Inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to take your arms, they're going to come down, and you're going to twist to the right. And we're letting your body do the work. So if you twist only but an inch, that is perfectly fine. Your body's just doing what it naturally does. We're not exerting ourselves here. Inhale, coming back to center, arms up. Make yourself tall. And exhale, twist to the left. We have just awoken our spine. It is ready. Arms down. Let them float down. Bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. Slight bend in your knees. We're going to do something a little different here. So reaching up, we're going to grab our hands again. We're going to do something called wood chopping breath. And I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. There's a slight bend in my knees, and my arms are not going to bend. It's like I'm holding an axe, and I'm going to be bringing it down on a block of wood. So a deep inhale here, and as I exhale, it's going to come out of my mouth, and I'm going to say, ah, and I'm going to bring it down, and my arms stay straight. Inhale up, ah. And this may seem a little different of a type of breathing. It is called wood chopping breath, and it is great for releasing that toxic energy, to releasing that anxiety, and just letting it all go. So together, reach up, inhale, hands together, slight bend in your knees, and exhale, let it all go. Inhale up, bring it down. Inhale up, letting it all go. Inhale up. One more time. Inhale and exhale, letting it all go. Good. And that is wood chopping breath. Great for releasing that toxic energy. Let's bring our feet back into our mountain pose. Back together, about hip width distance apart. Root down into your left foot. Spread those toes nice and wide. Begin to shift your weight over to your left side a little bit more, which means you're really going to have to find strength in your thigh on your left side. As we bring our foot up, we're going to get ready to build our tree. You may build your tree here on your calf, or bring it up into your inner thigh if you're comfortable there. And finding balance, find a focal point in front of you that you can look at to help keep your mind centered on one spot. We're in the present here. We're focusing on balance. That's why I love balance poses. They force us to be present with ourselves. Squeezing your bottom, hands at heart center. Once you've found your balance, of course you can stay here. If you're comfortable, you can begin to grow your tree up. Reaching up, maybe your branches spread wide as your tree blooms and blossoms. If you're feeling even more comfortable, or if you have no choice because you're losing balance, you can sway your branches. Very good. And if your arms are up, we're going to bring our hands back down to our heart center. And then let your foot go down to meet the left. And then just shake out your legs. Good. Now begin to root on your right side. Root down. So spread those right toes. Begin to shift that weight, squeezing your thighs and your bum, finding that strength in your right side. And when you're ready and you found your focal point, begin to build your tree wherever it may go. Never put your foot on your knee. We don't want to put pressure on our knee. And once you've found that balance and you're comfortable, if you want, you can grow your tree. Feel how strong you are. Never take yourself too seriously. Even the best yogis fall out of tree pose. Or I should say the most experienced yogis. If you fall out of a pose, just smile to yourself. Find yourself some extra grace and get back up and try again. If your hands are up, bring them back to heart center and allow your left foot to join the right foot. And go ahead and shake out your legs a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bring our feet together and bend our knees nice and generously. Reach our hands up to the sky, bringing our hands down through our heart center as we forward fold, giving a nice bend in our knees, hands to the floor or to your shins. You can pedal out your legs right here. Good. Hands to the floor, feet come back behind you. So we find our downward facing dog. You can bring your hands a little bit wider and then make sure your tailbone is up high into the sky. So the goal here is not necessarily for our heels to touch, as it is for us just to get some blood flow to our brains and to our hearts. Our hearts are pumping a little bit harder here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Nice and long. Good. Go ahead and bring your knees to the mat. Coming to a tabletop position. Hands are under shoulders. And now we're going to go into child's pose. There's a couple different ways to do this. You can make your big toes touch and bring your knees wide and allow your belly as you come back down to rest between your thighs. That's how I prefer, but there are a couple different ways. You can also keep your legs together and you can bring your belly to rest on top of your thighs. It's wherever you find the most comfort in this position. There is no wrong child's pose. So go ahead, find your comfort of your child's pose, bringing yourself down. Bottom is over the ankles and the feet. Belly is between your thighs or over your thighs. You can bring your hands down by your legs or stretched out in front of you. And then your forehead comes down to the mat. Deep breath in here, breathing into your lower back. That lower rib cage. You can roll your forehead back and forth on the mat. A little nice forehead massage here. Child's pose is also a very effective pose for reducing anxiety and giving you a sense of comfort and ease. You can always come back here, no matter where you are, in yoga, at work, before bed. Go ahead and begin to push yourself back up into a tabletop position. No rush. Move as slow or fast as you want. Once you're up in tabletop, go ahead and bring your legs a little longer behind you. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, and squeezing your bum, slowly lower yourself down to the mat, belly down to the mat. Bring your hands long at your side, palms up. And here we have a good grounding pose. Our bellies are going to be using the ground and to root ourselves down through our bellies to push ourselves up. So we're going to do locust. So when you take a deep breath in, your limbs, it can be your upper body, if that's is where your comfort level is, or you can do the full locust where your legs and your arms and your torso come up. So when you take a deep breath in, draw up all your limbs and your torso. Your gaze is forward. Feel how strong you are. Feeling your stomach rooted into the ground. Squeezing your bottom really good here to protect your back. And exhale, lower yourself down. Bring your cheek to the mat. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, drawing everything up. Thank yourself. Thank your body for being strong. You're amazing. And exhale, lowering back down to the ground. Good. Just take a moment to relax. How's your breathing? So now, whichever way you feel most comfortable, we're going to flip over onto our backs. And from here, you're going to bring your knees into your chest. And wrapping your arms around your knees, grabbing your hands, your wrists, your elbows. Go ahead and give yourself a big hug and smile to yourself. Just be kind to yourself today. Why are we hardest on ourselves? I don't know. But I'm so glad that you're here today doing this for yourself. When you're ready, go ahead and let your legs go long. Or if your lower back ever bothers you, you can bend your knees. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to touch. Hands are at your side, palms up. Just take a moment to listen to your breathing. Allow your jaw to relax, your brow to relax. Let your tongue just hang limp in your mouth. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow your neck and your shoulders to just melt into the ground, releasing that tension. Feel your inhale fill your belly. And listen to the ocean waves as you exhale through your nose. I'm going to hold this space for you for a few moments, a few precious moments. Just allow yourself this time of stillness. Begin to bring awareness back to your breath. Taking a deep inhale and a nice long exhale. Begin to wiggle your toes. Gently roll your ankle back and forth. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your wrists a little bit, just gently back and forth. Allow your eyes to flutter open. Reaching behind yourself with your arms up. Big stretch behind you, maybe stretching your legs as well. When you're ready, roll over to one side and use your hands to help push yourself up. Come to a comfortable seated position. When you're ready, inhale up your arms with me. And on your exhale, just twist to the right, just gently. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center, palms together. And slowly bringing your hands down to your heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I am absolutely honored to share my practice with you. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And the world needs your light. So go shine on. Namaste. Until next time, my friend, and drink lots of